Alrighty guys, here we go. We have a 1v1 here. This will be a Masters League 1v1. It will be spawning in the top left corner as the blue Protoss. It will be AW's Nyast. And his opponent spawning in the bottom right corner as the red Zerg. It will be my DGB's RHM. Like I said, this will be a low Masters League game here. So should be some very interesting action here. Probably no cheese is going to come out of this because cheese is not very common in Masters League play because there is that sense of respect towards their opponent. So we do see here the gateway is going down, so there will be no cannon rush. Like I said, probably no forge. The hatchery will be going down here. So 15 hatch there looks like. Before pool. The pool is going down now. We do have another pylon going down here. Gateway's up. And we do have the players here talking about the placement of their positions here. As we do have the cybernetics core going up here. So we could see some sentry play, maybe a stalker play. Going into maybe Colossus maybe to deal with bio from this Zerg player here, as we do have two drones going to be coming down here. Doesn't look like anything serious, just going to move on to this mineral line here, as he will grab two queens on their way here as the spawning pool finished, one for each of these hatcheries. So not going to be a queen for spawning creep or spreading it quite yet. Probably in the future, as there will be two lings coming out on the field here. They will spot this probe and the probe will spot them, but it's not going to be any type of confrontation here, as we do see that the mothership core is out now and there is one zealot out on the field. The expansion is being taken here, but it looks like this probe will probably go down here, as he is still on the move command and not evading any of that fire there. Yes, he will go down there, as we do have the forge coming up and the gateway coming up here. These Zerglings will go after this probe here, but they won't get any kills there. They'll just run on in here to the main base. Take a look here. They do see the double gas being taken here. And nothing else. The cybernetics core just doing the warp, doing warp gate, and sentries on the way. The forge is finished. This forward gateway is done, and the expansion is finished here. As we do see that RHM is taking a third base here, so going for a macro game, late game play here. He does have 19 drones on the mineral line there, 16 on the mineral line here, so well saturated both of those bases here. He most likely will start transferring drones over here to the third as that starts to finish up. We do see a sentry is out on the field, as a third gateway is on the way here, so we may see another sentry out coming on the way here. So a very heavy gateway play it looks here, as there's a decent number of sentries coming on the way. We do have these destructible rocks here going to protect that backside, as this overlord will indeed spot that zealot there at the expansion, what is probably going to be the fifth base, maybe the fourth if he decides to go there. But the mothership core will come in here and spot this third base here. Third base will spot that, and they won't do anything. They will throw down a spine crawler though here. Obviously not worried about that mothership core at all, as the queen is pretty much finished here. There will be 3 queens on the field here, I believe. Yes, there is. So very, very basic play here. We do have the zealot coming in to scout out this second base here. He is going to see that the roach warren is on the way. I do not know. He did not see the double evo chamber, but he most likely predicted that there is going to be a double evo chamber. We do see that there is Zerglings moving out on the field. The Zergling speed is about halfway completed, a little over halfway here, as Nyast is taking that third base here. Getting a bit greedy here. They will come in here and attack these rocks here, I believe. Yes, they will. They will attack the rocks so that they can get a flank attack on this base here, as a hallucinated phoenix will be coming out on the field here to check that out, as the mothership core is doing damage there. These lings, now with the speed, will be coming in here to try and deny this nexus here and force it to either cancel or stop it completely. Most likely it will not happen though, as there is enough here to clean it up. Actually, yes, there's enough here to clean that up, as that is going to be taken care of easily. I believe he might have yes, the waypoint is set in there, so he is sending all these zerglings over there. This phoenix will spot these zerglings though, as the zerglings already knew about the phoenix here because they have the Zelnaga tower. But they do have this pylon here, so if they wanted to, they could throw some cannons up here on the high ground and prevent anything from destroying that is at least zerglings. We will see that RHM is, or RMH, my bad, is taking his 4th base here, and does have roaches. No, he doesn't have roaches on the way. He has no roaches at the moment. He is going for the roach speed, though, off the creep. So he's probably waiting for that to happen before he takes that. He is taking the nearly simultaneous 2 bases here, as he's taking his 4th and his 5th nearly simultaneously to get that together. That Overlord is going to go down slowly by that Phoenix there. And there is going to be a cannon here thrown up on the high ground to prevent those rocks from going down very easily. We will see a cannon here also right here to attack anything that comes through here, as there's plenty of sentries to throw up some force fields here on this ramp here and prevent zerglings from rushing in. This 4th will be completed, this 5th nearly done, as there is a decent force of zerglings here. Not enough to do anything major, but there is an alright force of them. He is using the overlords at this time to spread the creep, at least temporarily. But he does have some creep tumors going out. He doesn't, I believe, have he doesn't have a queen devoted to only creep spread at this time. He actually doesn't have a queen on the way there either. He does have a spore crawler going up here on this 4th base, though, to prevent any void ray attack or anything, as we do have the robotics bay going up. We do have some void rays on the way, but we do have the robotics bay up also. So Colossus will be on the way. We do have the Colossus attack distance going up as well. He is destroying these rocks here to give his drones an easier time getting over to the 5th base. And that Overlord will also go down, which won't be much of a problem as he has plenty of supply here at this point. And it looks like there isn't going to be any aggression really at this point. It will be just a build-up moment here. It will be a build-up time until we get towards the later game. We do have 2 Immortals out on the field here. We do have the level 2 attack going up as well. We take a look at upgrades here. We do have the 1-1 for the Zerg player with the speed on both Roaches and Zerglings. And we have the 1 on weapons and 1 on shield for our Protoss player here. He does not have the 1 defense quite yet, but he does have the 1 shields up. He's going for the 2 attack, and the Colossus are also coming as well. He does have a fleet beacon going up as well, so we could see Tempests or carriers here at this point to assist with these Colossus. I think these Colossus definitely... Oh, we are going to see a Zerg drop here with these Overlords dropping several lings off on this field here. There's a lot of lings there. That crab beetle is like, oh no, I'm not getting anywhere near this fight here. That is not a good show for me to watch, as this Phoenix here trying to do what damage it can to these Overlords. But these Overlords are like, you know what, screw you, man, you're not going to do much damage. He's going to send these Voids in, and he is going to kill off some of these Overlords, as some of these Overlords will drop off units, but not all of them will survive. So a bit of a failed drop here at this point, as these 3 Colossus here are going to be able to deal with all of these Lings here, not a problem. The Lings will get around and take down one of the Colossus here, as he does throw down 3 cannons there. That is not going to be a problem. Those Colossus, some good micro there, and that's going to get cleaned up. He does have some Lings here just hanging out. but he is going to throw up several spine crawlers here to help defend his base at this point. He has a lot of spine crawlers here on these bases, and he is doing quite well with the worker supply at this point. He does have it up to 84 worker supply to his opponent's 73, so he is doing well. He does have the Hydralisk Den on the way here, as that will be a Hydra switch here. He will not be going to... Oh, no, never mind. He does also have the Ultralisk Cavern up, so he is going to be going for Ultralisk. He does have 8 Ultralisks on the way. That is a lot of Ultralisks to be dealing with here. He does have the level 3 attack and the level 3 armor coming out, with the level 1 missile attack coming out, probably for Hydralisks to assist the Ultralisks later. He is going to try and stick these Ultralisks in these Overlords here to do Ultralisk drops, which I don't see being too effective with those Void Rays out here. Just stick a few of those Void Rays on the attack and he can eliminate them. So he is throwing down a lot of cannons in his main here to prevent a drop from occurring, as he does have Tempest on the way. And he is going to move out here with the 4 Colossus. The 4 Colossus is going to take that out. Plenty of sentries here. He's going to have 1 Immortal, 4 Colossus, 6 Void Rays, which are easily going to deal with any of these air units here, any of these Overlords. So it's best not to move the Overlords out at this point to do anything. He's going to move out with a lot of Ultralisks. 10 Ultralisks here are going to be spotted, but that is a lot of Ultralisks. They will tear through these Colossus with no problem. Those Tempests are going to be key to helping stop them. He is going to try and throw up some defensive cannons here, but it's not going to matter. He is coming in here. He is going to move in here. He's going to lose 1 Ultra. He's going to come in here. He's going to do a lot of damage to this army here as he's just going through here, but these Ultras are just going to get completely eradicated at this point. They are not going to take down any of those units there. And we do have these Overlords coming in. I don't know why they were coming in here at this point. They just kind of all died at this point. Not a problem. And Nyast, just like me, going, huh? What was that for? And a little bit of trash talk coming from our Zerg player there, as he does say, "You are boring." Holy, and we all know what that word is. So he does see that he is taking a 4th base here. So our Zerg player maybe move on to and just as I say it, he does it, a 6th base here to keep the economy going, as he will need to keep the forces coming out at this point. He does have some Zealots coming in to see what was really going on there, how many spine crawlers he had, how the creep spread was, and what he all saw. We do have a lot of Corruptors coming out here to deal with these Colossus here, and to deal with these Void Rays and Tempest, which I believe the Tempest is still alive. It should be. He didn't have any air to deal with that. Yes, there's a Tempest there. He does have 3 Tempests, which he has 1 hanging out in the base. Does have 1 hanging out in the base, and I believe 1 in the army, which I just couldn't see, mushed up with all those other units there. He does have High Templar out with the Psionic Storms, so that could do good damage if it is landed, if those Corruptors are bunched together. As we do have the 3-3 on these Ultralisks, as well as the Carapace, the upgraded armor for the Ultralisks as well. We have a lot of creep tumors coming out here for our Zerg player to really bump up on this creep spread here. That is 5 creep tumors just being spawned there. A lot of Corruptors here, and the Protoss player is going to see that, and the Protoss player is going to come in here and clean up all these easy units here without a problem. And he does have a lot of spines going up on this new base here to defend it until the creep can get over there. So we will see the Corruptors here coming in. They cannot get anywhere close here, as they will get shredded up by not only these High Templar, but all those cannons that have come in. He's got, how many High Templar does he have at this point? He has 5 High Templar at this point. That's a lot of High Templar. He's got some Archons on the way, and a Changeling going out to sea. He does not take that point. The few changelings actually out at this point. He could take those and move them around if he wanted to. He does have a changeling in the base here. So, not too big of a deal. Our Zerg player really not focusing too much on the units at this point. He is going for the addition to the one attack on the air units, which will help taking down these Tempest, Void Rays, and Colossus at this point. He is also getting the +1 defense on the Corruptors, as maybe Broodlords would be a nice choice of units here. Oh, a nice storm getting thrown down on these Corruptors here. Nice storms here, but I don't think it might not be enough. He does take down all his land units, so at this point the Zerg player just trying to micro and take out these Tempests, take out these Colossus if they can. But he needs to get those Corruptors out. Almost all the Corruptors are going to be taken out. They're still stuck there. I don't know what they're doing. Move them. Move the Corruptors. Oh, no, the Corruptors. Oh, they're all going to get taken out. So he does have 5 Infestors on the field, but they're not really doing anything at this point. They're just kind of hanging out. The Protoss player not really making any pushes at this point. Just kind of holding his position. As we do see that a lot of creep tumors going down here. That's an insane amount of creep tumors to spread that creep. Good creep spread going on here. As another spine crawler going up on this base here. He does have now 16 gonna be coming. I don't know where they're coming from. Maybe the main, or they might have been coming from this third base here. But just relocating his army here, keeping the Zerg player on that side of the field, preventing him from doing anything too amazing. Our Zerg player will be taking another hatchery here. Plenty of minerals on this field here. We got a whole another half of the map here that is not even mined at all. So a lot of Corruptors coming out here. Plenty of Infestors and Brood Lords. Will be Queens as well, as that is a lot of probes. I take it that Nyast is just trying to get rid of some of these probes here. They will do some damage to these Infestors, but not enough to make any lasting effect. But our Protoss player will see these Broodlords, so he does know the Broodlords are coming. That is a lot of cannons going up here at this base. That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cannons going up on this base. They will see that Zergling, who will die now, but I think that is suicide to go up against that unit there. More probes gonna come out and try and deal with this force here, as Nyast is just trying to get rid of some supplies so he can build some more Tempests. And our Zerg player is gonna lose this hatchery here to these Zealots. Nothing here to contest them, but they won't get anywhere close to this base here, which is completely protected. We do have these Broodlords now going to work here, but don't get too close to the cannons here. Oh, a nice storm here on the Broodlords. It's going to kill off the Broodlords. Broodlords taking a lot of damage here. Oh, a nice another storm here. It will take off another Broodlord here. 1 Broodlord remaining. Plenty of Corruptors, but the Corruptors will take out both of the Colossus here, but I think this Broodlord will go down, and most of these Corruptors will go down, if not all of them. So I don't know. I don't know if it was an equal trade here. He does have the 3 attack for range unit pretty much done. He does have the 3, 4 air pretty much almost done here at this point, and the 3 for attack for air getting started at this point. He does have 3 more Broodlords on the way, but I don't know. At this point, I don't know what our Zerg player can really do. He can't get close to this Protoss's army, and he just doesn't have the supply for it at this point. He doesn't have the supply to build enough units. That's a lot of Immortals here to deal with any armored units, and plenty of Stalkers to deal with air. Archons, plenty of them to deal with any light units that might come in here. So these armored Corruptors, they're gonna get hurt, and that's just, it's gonna be unfortunate. And these storms just do so much damage when you bunch up these units here. Great place storms on the last engagement there to take out some of these Broodlords together with these Corruptors. as this base is protected here. He is kind of hurt here at this point. Another few attacks here might do well for our Protoss player, but our Protoss player is floating 4,000 minerals, so he can do whatever he wants at this point. He can transition into anything. He is going for the Dark Shrine here, which I think is a good choice here at this point to do some nice harass at this point. These infested Marines are going to get cleaned up here. They are not going to be able to take down that Zealot there. But I think that DTs are going to be a good idea, as we do have plenty of DTs warping in with plenty of Zealots here. They are going to do some damage here to this main here. They are going to take down the Hive. I believe nothing will be here to really deal with them. They do have the ability to see them, though, as there is an Overseer somewhere. I believe, or there might be a Spore Crawler in the base. I'm not sure. But they obviously can see him. Not sure how, but they obviously can indeed see these units here, as they will be seen, but they will chop up some of these units here without a problem. The Overseer will come, but there is a lot of damage done. He cannot produce any more Spire units because that Spire did go down, and that Hive nearly taken down at this point. But it'll be alright. These Stalkers coming in and denying this next expansion here. And if I were them, I would probably move on to the next one to do what I can to deny that point. We do have a DT still surviving here at this point, as there are plenty of DTs down here as well. They will get cleaned up in their attempt to destroy that Spire there, but that is a good bit of Stalkers there, a good number of Stalkers. Get in there. I believe they could probably take it. They will blink in to eliminate this hatchery here and deny this expansion once again, or they may not be able to. Oh, they will. Oh, get these Corruptors out of here. Don't bring the Corruptors. The Corruptors can't do anything. They're just going to all get slaughtered here at this point. They can't attack the ground. He does have the Infestors on the way here, as well as the Queens, but it's really just, I don't know. I don't know what our Zerg player can do. He has a lot of Broodlords here, so that may be a key here, but our Protoss player is pretty much shifted away from ground units at this point. He's throwing away these Immortals to get some supply, and he's just going to probably go for a lot of Tempests and Carriers. He knows that our Zerg player is having trouble taking care of the air, and the air is where he's going to advance at. Here we got these Immortals here killing off some of these Queens here, as one Queen or so will go down, as these Infestors will pop back up. Not hurt at all, and they will kill off that Immortal eventually. But there are the Tempests coming. Oh, the Tempests gonna do a lot of damage here to those Infestors there, and they're gonna get off some of these units here. They are gonna pull back a bit, just killing off one of those Infestors, but a worth kill there, as they didn't lose anything in the return gain there. They do have this expansion going up here, as well as this one pretty much going up. And we do have our Zerg player a little bit raging a bit here, as he can't really do anything. He does insult him a bit, saying, you're probably pretty fun at parties, man. And I don't know. I'd hang out with him at a party. I don't know about you. We do have these infested Marines killing off some of these probes here, getting some probe kills. Not bad here. We do have 28 probe kills, so very low on the probe kills at this point in the game. Very low on the kills in general. But we will have this Zerg player moving out here a bit, and he might have a Roach on the field here. He does indeed. He has 2 Roaches out on the field. That early Roach Warren coming to save him towards this end of the game, maybe? Oh, well, we'll find out in a minute. Wow, just more trash talk going on here. A lot of High Templar there. Wow, High Templar, Colossus, Tempest, and Void Rays, and some Carriers. So, really an all-out Space Toss style here. As it's going to be pretty hard to do anything at these points here. Some Broodlords would tear right through that, but he's going to have these Infestors going around here, looking around, seeing what's going on at this point in the game. We do have that Crab Beetle again. Mr. Krabby looking around. He's like, yeah, why do I always get stuck in these really bad spots, man? I don't want to be here. As we do have several Broodlords. How many Broodlords we got in the field here? 16 Broodlords. As the level 3 Zerg air attack will be about halfway done, as it was stopped because of it going down the first time. We do have an Overseer going up here, but the Colossus are going to get rid of all those units there. We do have these infested Terrans going up here. A lot of Broodlords. Some good storms here. Going to get some land on some Broodlords here. Some good storms going to hit the Corruptors as well. He's bunched them all up. It's going to be good shots for those storms. Those storms doing a hell of a lot of damage there. Going to kill off a lot of those Broodlords there. But Broodlord's doing a good bit. The Corruptors, they're running a bit low. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up. They're not going to be able to stop these Void Rays. And once those Corruptors go down, he's got to get the Broodlords out of there. They're all going to die. They're not going to be able to get out of there in time, as those Broodlords will die. And the supply going right down, as the Protoss player could really push at this point. He does have that ability now. He has the Zerg player on the back of his feet at this point. He is trying to go for another expansion to try and keep his economy going at this point, as the income, not a whole lot of harvesters out in the field here, but income very close here for the number of bases that are out on the field. A very late game style here as the Protoss player. Oh god. Our Zerg player not very happy at this point. Doesn't like how this game is going. Doesn't like how he can't really do anything to stop him. As our Protoss player will just ignore him. Not worth the time to talk to him. But, you know, it is what it is. As the Protoss player really has control of the game at this point. He's kind of stuck in a hard place here. He sees that the Protoss player is going a lot of air units. But he still has that support of the ground units there by the High Templar. So you can't go all Corruptors, because then you can't take out the High Templar. So you have to throw some Broodlords into the mix, but you don't want to throw too many. Well, yeah, RMH, a little bit upset right now, raging a bit, as Shad would say, why you have to be mad? Okie dokie. A little bit of trash talk going from both of these players here, as neither one really likes it. Oh, as our Zerg player asking, are you mad? Well, buddy, to everyone, you seem like the mad guy. Not him. He hasn't said nothing until you had to instigate. So, it is what it is at this point. We do have a lot of cannons going up here in this base here, all off of one pylon. Oh, goodness. All off of one pylon. But it is going to get rid of that Overlord. And he is going to be throwing up that new base without any problems. The Infestor is going to come out here, throw up some infested Terran to try and kill off that probe there. The probe will go down, but the infested Terran really not going to be any big deal, as they'll just melt to those photon cannons. The Protoss player will start moving out at this point to get rid of that Overlord here, and he has a lot of units here, a lot of income going into this, a lot of supply, very deadly force there. I don't know if our Zerg player can do anything to stop him here. These Infestors not going to be able to do anything. Maybe a few Fungals will help, but those Corruptors just not going to be able to do enough against those High Templars. And that is scary amount of Tempest there. They're just going to tear through those Corruptors with the assistance of the carriers. He's gonna, hopefully, what it looks like, gonna move into the space here for the Zerg player. He is gonna start pushing here. And we could see the end of the game going up here. As, yep, that Creep Tumor gonna get sniped there. We're gonna see, okay, a little bit of, some more rage coming from our Zerg player. Lovely bit of rage there to make this game a bit more amusing. The Tempest gonna come in here and Sorry to break it to you, RMH, but I don't think you can take on that force. That force is going to come in here and wreck your army like it did every other time. He is going to throw down another expansion, but at this point, it's just a waste of money. He doesn't have the he's behind in supply, not only, but he's just, it's not going to matter. He doesn't have a greater spire up, so he can't build broodlords, so he has nothing to really deal with any of these land units. He is going to bring a bunch of spines up, but the spines aren't going to get ready in time, and they might get killed before they get over here. No, they are going to be able to dig in time here, as he does throw down 2 changelings, but that's not going to matter much at this point. This just super force here by our Protoss player, gonna be able to just walk through the Zerg player at this point, playing it very cautious, not knowing what could be lurking behind this force here, but I think he knows. It's obviously gonna be a lot of corruptors with queens. So these corruptors, a lot of them. That is for sure. 56 corruptors. Oh my god, 56 of them. That's insane. Insane. Oh, and we have a few slugging it out of position here, as they're easily gonna get killed here. And he is gonna move into these corruptors here. They aren't attacking because they can't hit land. Some nice place storms there will do some damage, but those transfusions gonna be able to do some stuff there, as they are gonna try and snipe out this Tempest here. The Tempest will not go down yet. It will go down now. Some nice placed fungals there are going to prevent them from moving back at all. These corruptors going to start chewing through this force here, but I'm not sure whether they're going to be able to do anything. They have the voids over here, not dealing with the corruptors quite yet, but we do have the voids coming in here to deal with the corruptors. Yeah, the corruptors not going to be able to deal with that. We have a lot of Archons on the way, as these corruptors are gonna get hunted down by this force here, but they do a good bit of damage against those Tempests. But we have a lot of Void Rays on the way. 11 High Templar warped in there. Oh my god, that is a lot of High Templar there. A lot of them, all of them that were left alive, turned into Archons here to deal with the air units. Oh god. So, very upset by this Zerg player here, as he is getting another base sniped, and yeah, that base is just gonna go down. Those spines can't do anything to stop that. Those corruptors gonna die, and he's just gonna clean up this base here and move on. And we do have a rage quit by the Zerg player. Wow, very upset throughout this fight here he was, and I think it wouldn't have mattered whether he rage quit or stayed in for another 20 minutes of game. He's gonna lose either way. He was down in supply, down in income, down in every category at this point. He waited too long to do any type of damage, and was just, our Protoss player was able to turtle up in his base and prevent any damage from coming to him with the assistance of these large amounts of cannons. So, a good game by both players, as the Protoss player just really had control of the game throughout the whole thing. He wasn't pressured really at all. Maybe a few times he was pressured by some Lings, but really not too big of a deal. He was able to bring out those Colossus at a good time and stop any Ling attacks that happened. So, overall, well played by this Protoss player. I give my kudos to AW Nyast. And I hope you all enjoyed this game here. Stay tuned for some more 1v1s that I'm casting. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.